Let's talk about the bug out. I've already talked about the bug out concept sometime last year. But the way things are right now, gusto ko lang balikan yung topic na yon kasi napapanahon na. But before we talk about subjects related to the bug out, what is bugging out? In simple terms, bugging out means escaping your current location to an area supposedly of safety. Madaling sabi, para ka nag-evacuate or lumilikas ka sa current position mo. Now, what are the things that will force you to bug out? Una na dyan, yung compromised ang iyong bahay or your home, your headquarters, binaha or nagiba ng lindol. So, natural disaster is one reason to bug out. So, you're going from a place of danger to a place of safety. Like in the case of the Taal volcano eruption, merong sumulat sa akin na nagsabi, "Sir, thanks to your bug out topic, hindi kami nabigla," sabi ng fan ng Manila Sentinel. It was something that bought them time. So, in advance, nag-prepare na sila ng bug out bag. And then when the need came for it, the situation necessitated na lumikas sila ng area nila sa Batangas dahil tatamaan na sila ng ashfall or ng pyroclastic flow, ready na yung bug out bag nila. It saved them time. What's another condition that will merit you to bug out? Siyempre man-made. Andyan na yung possible conflict. So you're leaving an area na magulo papunta sa mas tahimik or mas ligtas, if ever there was such a place. Now, I've maintained and I've always said in the past na the bug out bag, the bug out preparations are good if and when you do survive the first strike, kung tawagin. Ibig sabihin, yung unang bulusok ng baha, yung unang putok ng bulkan. If you were not at ground zero during those instances na probably nagkaroon ng hostile invasion, nagkaroon ng gunfire, hindi ka tinamaan, then all your bug out preparations have a chance. May chance na magamit mo lahat ng bug out preparations mo. And then it becomes an ideal bug out condition, so to speak. So, paano kung ikaw yung unang binagsakan ng mortar shell? Or ikaw yung unang inanod ng baha? Medyo babay na yung bug out bag nyo. But let's talk about ideal circumstances. You were warned, nakinig ka sa mga notification, nalaman mo ng maaga, naisip mo na kagad na kailangan mo mag-bug out, then, therefore, malaki ang chance na magagamit mo yung bug out preparations mo. Now, when it comes to the bug out, there are at least three main topics: the bag, the vehicle, and the location. Pag pinag-usapan ng bug out, yun yung mga unang pumapasok sa isipan ng mga preppers and survivalists pagdating sa usapin ng bug out. Now, let's look at these one by one. For regular folks, meron tayo napapanood sa TV na mag-prepare ng 72-hour go bag. Kung ang titingin sa mga go bag na ito ay mga totoong prepper or totoong survivalist, medyo kulang yung components. But then again, if you were to ask me what I would put in a go bag or a bug out bag, then I will tell you only a couple of things. Number 1, put a good knife inside. Number 2, a water container. And number 3 is a way to make a fire. The rest of what you put in that go bag or that bug out bag is all up to you. Pinaka-importanting konsiderasyon is, can you carry that bag on your own na naglalakad or tumatakbo without having to rely on any sort of vehicle? Kaya nyo bang dalhin? Yan lang ang pag-uusapan natin dyan. But other than that, a good knife, a good water container, and a way to start a fire. Yang tatlong yan, magiging laman ng go bag ko yan. That's not negotiable. Kailangan nandun yung tatlong yon. The next topic of the conversation is what preppers like to call their bug-out vehicle. Now, I see a few problems with the bug-out vehicle. Ang una kong konsiderasyon dito is historical. Now, when the 1990 earthquake hit, ang isa sa major damage na ginawa niya is yung mga kalsada. So, baku-baku na yung daan. And it took a while to bring supplies or relief goods to affected areas like Central Luzon and Baguio, which were severely affected by the 1990 earthquake. So, isa na yun. Another consideration is Typhoon Ondoy. Binaha lahat. And as I saw it while hiking from Quezon City to Cainta, maraming abandonadong sasakyan, and some of these were 4x4. Ibig sabihin, sobrang taas ng tubig na hindi kinaya ng 4x4. And they were just abandoned along the Marcos Highway. So, isipin na lang natin, will our bug-out vehicle float or go through major obstacles? Malaking konsiderasyon yon. And I don't think that any such vehicle exists unless gumawa ka ng monster truck, which I think walang garahe sa Pilipinas na magkakasya ang monster truck. So, to my mind, medyo hindi realistic ang bug-out vehicle. And the third topic naman ngayon is the bug-out location. Kung hindi makatotohanan ang bug-out bag and the bug-out vehicle, what more yung bug-out location? What's the problem with this? Number one is it's a location that's away from you. So, going from your current location to where your bug-out place is, ano yung in-between na dadaanan mo? Unless you were already in that bug-out location in advance. So, alam mo na may mangyayari, tumakbo ka na doon. Then, yeah, probably it will work. Pero, the way people are these days, parang nag-aantay sila ng last minute bago sila kumilos. Magiging problema yung bug-out location kasi you're not there. Yun lang yun. So, kung may mangyari man, salakayin man yung bug-out location mo, it's not going to remain secret for too long. Malamang at malamang yan, merong makakadiskubre ng bug-out location mo. And mauuna sila doon. Kung manggagaling ka pa ng Maynila, kung nasaan man yung bug-out location mo, north, south, east, or west of the metropolis, medyo malabo na. And if ever nagkaroon ka ng pagkakataon, nahakot mo yung bug-out bag mo, na isakay mo sa bug-out vehicle, at may madadaanan ka pang highway, between your residence and your bug-out location, wala ka bang sasagupain na kahit anong problema before you get there? And if you think na it takes 2 hours from Metro Manila to, let's say, Pampanga or Tarlac, it's going to take way more than that in a disaster scenario. Because let's face it, kaya nga natin pinag-uusapan ng bug-out kasi nagkanda leche-leche na ang buhay. So nothing is ever going to be ideal, nothing is going to be perfect, and Murphy's Law will already come into play. Kaya if you're starting out as a prepper, pag-isipan nyo mabuti lahat ng yan. Kahit yung pinakasimpleng bug-out bag lang How many bug-out bags do you need to prepare? Medyo academic yung question kasi you can only prepare so much and most likely hindi mo pwedeng dalhin to your place of work, to your school, or in the shopping mall yung iyong bug-out bag. So what if nagsha-shopping ka, biglang jug. Nagsha-shopping ka, biglang kumalog yung lupa. Gumuho yung mall. Now comes the problem of what do you have on you? Kaya nga napaka-importante sa akin ng everyday carry system because in a scenario like that, what you have on you might be everything you have in the world. Because at that point, hindi mo alam kung okay pa yung bahay mo, kung nakatira ka sa condominium, good luck. Diba? So there's no way of predicting these things. I'm not saying not to prepare a go bag. It makes good sense to prepare a go bag or a bug out bag. But the point is, you have to be realistic in your preparations. Hindi pwedeng impake ka ng sobrang laking 72-hour go bag with all the goodies that you want in there, all the conveniences. Pero hindi mo naman pala kayang buhatin on your back. So, problema yon. What about yung mga PWD? What about yung persons with special needs? You have to take all of these into consideration. Alangan namang ikaw lang mag-isa magbabag out. Paano naman yung mga kasama mo sa bahay? So, meron pa tayong ambient sound effects. Anyway, it's a good idea to prepare. It's a good idea to consider building a bug-out bag. It's a good idea to consider building a bug-out vehicle. And it's also a good idea to develop a bug-out location. Kaya lang, sinasabi ko lang dito is, you have to be there. Diba? Or, the bug-out bag has to be with you at all times. Kasi hindi mo alam kung kailan mangyayari ang mga bagay-bagay. What if napakaganda ng setup mo ng bug-out bag? Napakaganda ng setup mo ng bug-out vehicle? Napakaganda ng setup ng bug-out location mo, but you're not there. Or the bag is not with you. Something happens and the bag isn't with you. How do you get home? Will there be a home to go to? Makakauwi ka pa ba? Mahirap sagutin, di ba? I have to admit, it's really difficult to think about those things, but that's what survival is all about. You have to thrive in adverse conditions. Kaya nga you be realistic. If you're prepping, if you're stockpiling, are you prepping for you and your family? Or are you prepping for someone else? Magandang tanong yon. Mahirap sagutin. Again, I'm not discouraging you from building your bug out essentials or your bug out preparations, whatever. Nasa sa inyo yan. The benefit of preparing for a bug out scenario is a good mindset because it keeps you sharp. Alam nyo na kakailanganin nyo. Alam nyo na kailangan nyo may gamit kayo pagdating ng pagkakataon. But this is where you have to streamline. This is where you have to be realistic about your preparation. Hindi pwede yung tira ng tira. You can have all the cool gadgets, all the cool equipment, but if you have no way of bringing it from point A to point B, from your current location to your bug out location, then it's quite useless. If you spend so much on your bug out vehicle na hindi nyo naisip na hindi pala lumulutang ito or hindi kayang umakyat ng bundok-bundok na gumuho na building, sayang lang yung ginastos nyo. That's just something to think about. The reason why I want to talk about it is because people are so casual about it. They talk about it like it was, wow, 100% reliable tong plano ko na to, 100% reliable tong bug out preparations ko na ito. And I've met people who thought that way, na napaka-elaborate ng bug out preparations nila. But at the end of the day, will you survive the first strike? Are you going to be there for you to be able to use your bug out preparations? Because if not, congratulations. Anyway, that's been the long and the short of it. This has been Abs Abando for Manila Sentinel Raw. Be realistic.